Welcome back to the Have You Seen It podcast. This is our trailer reaction, so if you like what you see here, be sure to like the video, comment below, and be sure to subscribe to the channel. Hit that little bell for all the latest updates on our videos. So, Cash Kraus, what are we reacting to today?
It's special, Mason. It's very special. We are reacting to No Time to Die. We haven't done a James Bond reaction trailer yet,
We have
right?
not. No.
Yeah.
And they've been everywhere, and we just have not gotten around to do one.
And you
so
know,
finally, we said, let's do it.
And you know I'm fucking pumped.
Of course.
You know I'm fucking pumped because I love
You're
James
a
Bond.
diehard James Bond
Love
fan.
James Bond movies, and I love this recent series too. Skyfall, which wasn't the last one, but Skyfall is one of the best James Bond. If you're just going to go watch one James Bond movie, I recommend Skyfall.
And you are a very big fan of Daniel Craig and his performance as James Bond.
I think he's the best James Bond.
Wow.
I think he beats out Sean Connery, yeah. Sean Connery was good, but he gave a real one dimension. You know, he had that deep...
But Daniel Craig gives layers.
He's scarred.
He's like an onion.
You can see...
Yes, you got to peel
and
away
like an
the
ogre.
layers. And an ogre, yes.
And like a cake.
And a cake.
Well, cakes have layers.
Well, they have a few, you know. You got the...
I don't know why we're talking about this, but yeah, and it's directed by Cary Fukunaga, the original director to It, before he was replaced, and the director of one of my favorite miniseries of all time, True Detective. Just
okay.
Some of the greatest pieces of television of all time. But he hasn't done it ever since that because he's a little hard to work for.
Probably.
Because he's just one of those directors that knows what he wants. And in It, he wanted a child orgy, and they said,
it's not happening.
Look, Gary.
Look, it's the 21st century. People are going to be upset about this. We can't just do children, having an orgy. We can't do that. And he said, no, I demand it.
Yep. He said, he said, give me the orgy or I walk. They said, Gary,
you're going to have to pack your shit and walk, man. It's just not happening.
But yeah, so he's a really headstrong director is what I've heard. But like I said, when True Detective came out, it came out and it was huge. It won all the awards, but he hasn't done anything since that because that's pretty crazy coming off such a hot career and then not being able to do anything. That kind of just proves it might be difficult to work for. Yeah,
we'll talk a little bit about Daniel Craig too as well. That this is going to be his last James Bond film.
Yeah. Oh, it's gotta be.
So we're moving on from Daniel Craig after this one. This is the 25th movie of the James Bond franchise. In total, that's got to be the longest run in history.
Oh yeah,
of movies under one title.
Yeah, I would
25 movies. That's hard to beat.
I can't think of anything else.
No, and
is there any other movie that they just keep remaking?
No,
Fast and Furious is going to try to beat
It's getting
them.
there, yeah. And
Which
they're
is
going
insane,
to.
because this is 25 movies over a span of 60 years.
Fast and Furious is
up to like 9 over 6
a
years.
10-year period, yeah, if that.
Yeah.
They're trying to pump one out.
No, they're to 10, actually, with
10
Hobbs
with Hobbs and Shaw. That's so ridiculous.
Yeah, so that's going to suck when they get to 26. We're like, oh, now it's the biggest franchise of all time.
Oh, God.
And people forget. But, bigger news to me is the director, but also Rami Malek playing
a villain.
Playing a villain that we don't know right now who he's playing. But
cannot wait for that.
That's very interesting. I know he can pull it off.
Of course
he's already a creepy little
Rami Malek
fucker.
is awesome.
Yeah.
He's a great actor.
He is awesome. But,
and Ana de Armas is in this as well. Can't go wrong there.
Well, this is the big one, man. Ralph Fiennes, Christoph Waltz again.
Jeffrey Wright's in this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
I can never get enough.
He's
Jeffrey
been in almost
Wright.
all of them.
So good.
He's been in almost all of them from the very start.
Oh, really?
He was in Casino Royale. Yeah.
Okay, I haven't seen a James Bond movie in probably 5 years.
Oh man,
I don't think I've seen Skyfall yet.
Oh, you gotta watch Skyfall.
Yeah.
At least you gotta watch Skyfall before this one.
Oh, definitely. I'll watch all of them before we review this.
We should even review. It sucks that
I'm down to do a James Bond. Daniel
Spectre
Craig
was good. That was the last one that came out, but it's not as good as Skyfall. And I wouldn't even say it's probably not as good as Casino Royale either. It's the bad guys that always make James Bond movies.
Yeah. It is.
But
you want to jump into this and then we'll talk a little bit more about it?
Let's do it.
All right, here we go.
The white dots on the screen, the adrenaline started pumping, and then Bond turning towards the barrel and firing. When that comes on screen, it's like to settle in and get ready for a ride. For me, as a writer and a director, it was essential to rediscover Bond. Where is he? After 5 years of retirement, who has he become? He's sort of a wounded animal, struggling with his role as a 00. The world's changed. The rules of engagement aren't what they used to be. The rules of espionage darker in this era of asymmetric warfare. The people close to Bond, those he considers to be family, are at great risk. And now there's someone new out there, more dangerous than anyone he's ever encountered. And whoever they are is smarter and stronger than Spectre. From the moment he's called to action to the end of the film is a race, not only to save the world, but their lives. No Time to Die is the culmination of all that Bond has become. With all that he's seen, all the trauma, the loss, what is that mission that would be his most challenging and most difficult? That was our target. We aimed to do something extraordinary with this one. Every Bond film has that thing. The danger, but also the emotional punch. Everything that was left unsaid will finally be said. This will be the final chapter for Daniel Craig.
Wow.
I am just so goddamn happy. I
know
love.
you are.
I love.
I see the excitement on your face.
I
Cash.
just love how he's
Just that big smile.
even from the title card, man. I love how he's just paying homage to all the other movies, but not. That's the thing about James Bond is it's 25 films in, and every one they're doing something fresh. They're doing something new.
Yep.
They're still keeping all of the things that keep Bond special. You know, him fucking a lot of women. I mean, imagine the STDs this guy has.
It's probably
He's a
it's a
walking
laundry list full.
cesspool.
Yes.
At this point, you touch this guy, you riddled in herpes. But they keep. I love how they keep that, but they also always keep it fresh. It's never just a regurgitation of the last ones. You know, so many movies after one movie they do a sequel, and it's just the first one, and it just feels lame. 25 movies in, they're still doing new shit, but they're keeping the Aston Martin. They're keeping him drinking martinis and wearing suits and being soft as hell. But they're still doing. That's the perfect combination.
And that's
so many
James
people
Bond
miss
you
that.
want to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So many people can't get that. So many sequels just feel like the same thing over and over again. But 25 and there's been a few that have been.
There have been. Yeah. And we got to
But
talk about
all these new ones though are something special. Every single one.
we got to talk about the budget for this too. This is just the budget. This is not including advertising or anything. Just the budget for this movie was over $250 million. One of the most expensive movies of all time.
Oh, the most expensive James Bond movie of all time. Yeah. I just that's crazy to me.
It is.
250, but it deserves it for this to be the last one. You know it's just going to be beautiful. And they're always shooting like these awesome exotic. I mean, you saw it. It was like
the super
Caribbean,
exotic
like Spain.
locations, beautiful.
It's never like fucking Lebanon or something
Right.
like that, or some horrible country.
Or, yeah.
It's always something beautiful.
Or like in the suburbs of Haiti or something.
Yeah.
It's always like the most beautiful and exotic places.
Yeah,
Vacation resorts.
Exactly.
They might as well just put the logo of all the vacation
But he's James Bond,
resorts
he
they went to.
wouldn't go to a place that wasn't beautiful.
Of course
he
not.
wouldn't. He couldn't.
No.
His body would just reject it. He'd probably get sick.
It's like, I'm not getting dirty. I wear a suit all the time and whoop
It is,
ass.
but-
So
Yeah, I can't. And the way they're promoting it too, with it being the last one, it's oh god.
who do you think takes over? Who do you
I don't
think
know.
Daniel Craig
I
passes the
don't know.
torch to?
But my prediction is I think he's gonna die in this one.
okay.
I think he's gonna go. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, then how do you continue the Bond series? Just a new agent takes over
Well,
007?
with James Bond, and it's in my theory has always been that it's a moniker you give to someone, a new spy. So once they become the best spy, you give them the 007.
Oh,
moniker.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That
So
makes sense.
that's why it's new people all the time. That's
Right.
why it can be carried on, and that way it makes sense. It's actually canon that at some point Sean Connery was 007 because James Bond was.
I like that a lot better. Yeah, that totally makes more sense.
But that's what a lot of people. It might even be canon now. I don't know, but that's what a lot of people think, that it's just a title. That it's a title of the best spy, because in some of them there's 008s, which are spies that are really, really badass also and stuff like that. But it's just a title. So in my mind, you could keep it going forever.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be it's being teased that it's going to be a woman in this one, but I've also heard that that's not true.
I've heard it wasn't true either.
Yeah, so I'm not sure. It can be, but some people are upset because the books they're based on, he is a man in it. He's explicitly a man in it. So some people are upset about it.
Well, I don't know. I think it's
if it's a title, you could do it either way.
But if it's
specifically
James Bond,
yeah,
then it needs to be.
Yeah, 'cause
I think it's one of the few. And why not?
how could
why
you would
not-
have to change the name?
Why not make a female James Bond like Atomic Blonde? Why are we not getting more of those?
Yeah, we've talked about it before.
You know what I'm saying?
You need to
Like
do
make your own
Yeah,
original
exactly.
thing. And Atomic Blonde was, and that's why it was badass.
Yeah.
It's because it was good. It was its own thing. You know, I'm really shocked they haven't made a sequel.
God, I hope
to
we
that.
get another Tom Blonde.
I don't think we've seen anything about it.
We haven't. No, I don't think it's. But that was such a cool being set in the Cold War.
It was,
and
yeah, in the
fucking-
80s.
Yeah.
With
In
that,
Berlin, with all the punk and everything
And the
going
best
on. It was
soundtrack
awesome.
ever, dude.
Yeah, with all the punk rock. It was.
Bum, bum, ba-da-dum, bum, bum,
Yeah, exactly. We,
you know,
yeah.
it's the one
and that's what women.
Wonder Woman
I think-
1984 is using now.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's what women should want. I mean, not to say I should say what women should want, but they should be doing their own shit. There's stories out there. You don't need to keep doing the. Just make it. You don't need to change every male into a female.
No, you don't.
Because it just doesn't make a better story or anything like that. I'm fine with it, but if it's a title, obviously her name couldn't be James Bond. You'd have to be like Jamie Bond, or
Right,
something.
exactly.
But yeah,
Alrighty.
I'm interested though. April,
Yep.
man, we're gonna
Got
have
a good April, a good March,
a good spring.
May.
We have a good spring.
We really do. Like, I cannot wait for this podcast after getting past friggin' February.
Yeah.
We're going to have a great time, Cash.
Yeah. Oh man.
We know February should just be vacation month. We should
It's
just
really good.
not
We should
come into
just
the studio for
take
a month,
hiatus,
paid
yeah.
vacation. We should just go travel for a
It's
month and
more,
then come back. Because goodness.
It's more just devastating than anything.
It is.
Having to sit through these movies.
Yeah.
And not being able to go to the theater for so long.
I know,
I'm
it
I'm
sucks.
paying for the A-list.
I
And now
know, and I'm not using it at all.
I can't use it because there's nothing out. And they won't even show. I was just looking for like indies or anything.
Yeah, indie films.
It's
nothing.
all big shit because that's February. They just, I don't know, release
It's
all
a
the shit.
rough time. It's a rough time for movie.
I promise you Sonic is the best movie out right now.
Oh, yeah.
Hands
undoubtedly.
down. And that's saying something.
It is saying
That is-
something.
well, Birds of Prey is still out.
Oh, okay.
Birds of Prey is better than Sonic.
Yeah, that's true.
But those are the two best movies out right now.
Yeah.
Which is a phrase I never thought I'd say.
Nor do you want to say.
Nor would I wish on my worst enemy to have to say Sonic is the best movie out. But
Gosh.
hopefully,
Alrighty.
Invisible Man, we keep our hands.
Yeah, hopefully. Or fingers crossed. Yeah.
Keep our invisible fingers crossed.
Good one.
Thanks.
Alrighty, well, that's our trailer reaction for No Time to Die, the 25th James Bond film starring Daniel Craig. If you guys like what you see here, be sure to like the video, comment below. What do you think about the trailer? Are you excited about this movie? Be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification, get all the latest updates on our videos. If you listen to podcasts, be sure to check out our full reviews. We have full reviews, movie news. We also have TV Tuesdays. We do full reviews, full recaps of movies and TV shows. Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Play, and Stitcher. My name is Mason Knight. That is Cash Kraus, and until next time.
Bye.